Okay, good. Yep, Ionite Monk. We're back. We're back with the Murphys again. I'll be honest with you. Last stream, what happened is I let's just say my item grind left me really spooked. I mean, and I'm actually trying to end. I'm not actually trying to end this. I'm actually trying to get draw this to a close. But so let's see what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back and do some more Murphy's Ghost grinding. I'm gonna see if anyone can advance levels. And by the way, I actually love my I can grind Murphy's Ghosts incredibly fast. Okay. So it looks like a lot of the characters are in the neighborhood of about 150,000 experience. I'm actually want to get everyone up levels. So I always like to save the states, but remember, no saves coming. So in other words, I can't. Okay, so as always, now we only have to cast Maporific because we're not worried about identifying Murphy's Ghosts. I mean, we know what they are. Even if it's like unseen entity, they still. Okay, so we're. And again, my other goal is to get Jeff the Tilt-A-Weight spell. It's like it seems like Jeff, never hasn't gotten the Tilt-A-Weight spell yet. So I'm John Moody of Moody Mystery. Oh yay, they surprised us, yippee-ki-yay. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to up if I really want to do a quick grind. I don't really care too much about the refresh rate. So I'm just going to put the timer way down at 1. I mean, if I were doing, let me turn this volume down. Cause it's not like a Murphy's Ghost is just gonna come out and be like a cast like a Tilt-A-Weight and we have a party wipe. And why do I like Murphy's Ghosts? They are extremely safe. Okay, you may have noticed if you were like looking quickly that it said decapitated. Remember, I do have a ninja in my party, and of course, a friendly group always we want to be evil, so we always fight. Reason we want to be evil is because there's actually some pretty cool items. Items that are actually just open to evil characters, and they're actually a little bit more powerful. We may do item grinding later, I'm not sure. You know. And again, I think, you know, as I said, you know, grinding, I appreciate people coming, you know, to grinding streams. So that's why I try to be more entertaining, because it's like all Moody's doing is just fighting Murphy's ghosts. That being said, I've seen other streamers actually do the same thing. They actually stream some of their grinding. I know Bassjack 1. Bassjack 1 does that, but Bassjack does well. It, you know, actually has a plan. You know, actually, the cool thing about Bassjack is Bassjack actually has 2 parties. You know, he actually has a rescue party, and I think he's down to like 12 characters because 3 of the characters got permanently lost. Now, how do you get a character permanently lost? Well, so far in my resurrections, I've been lucky. That every time that we've tried to resurrect a character, they've always come back. Now, there is a possibility that if you try to resurrect your character, that your character could turn to ashes. And what happens if a character gets turned to ashes? Well, you put them in the ash hole. Boo. I Night Monk, I hope you're doing well. I think if I remember, you're from Canada, and so I'd be curious to get a smoke update. I'm just curious how the smoke is. You know, how the smoke is where you are. Because I know in Pennsylvania, there was actually base. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Because I know in Pennsylvania they actually postponed a baseball game because they declared it the unsafe. Where I am, we don't really have much of it. We do have an air quality advisory, so it's not too bad. Usually an advisory means that things are not too bad. You know, in terms of weather. I like that. It's like, okay, we fought 4 kobolds. Apparently 4 kobolds. Okay, I actually had 4 out of 4 kobolds made some very smart life choices and just decided to flee. I'm like, sheesh, level 12 characters? I'm not, no. I'm noping out of here. Okay. I'm glad for that. Because I've lived in South Georgia in the United States, and we've had like several times where like we'd get the wildfires from Florida, and it would be like, ugh. I mean, you'd literally, you know. Okay, so how we're gonna do this is, and again, I forgot to do hit points for one of the characters just to see how many Murphy's ghosts that I'd kill this session. Huh. That's okay. I can go back to the VOD and be like, but again, why Murphy's Ghosts? Murphy's Ghosts do not. They are very magic resistant. And they do have a good armor class. I think it's -2, and they do have a decent number of hit points, probably about 50 or 60. But the thing is, they only do 2 hit points of damage per hit, and they don't do anything special. No poison, no paralysis. Although I do remember reading one of the things I read did say they had a special attack, but I've never seen it. So I'm just wondering if it may be one of those. I'm not sure if it's like a PC, if it's a PC thing or what. One thing I am hoping to do, and I tried it, and it didn't quite work, but I did try to get Ultima 7 Serpent's Isle Part 2 to get to load up, and the good news is I got the game to load up, but the bad news is it does crash. So I'm wondering if I hope my backup file is good. I think the problem is that I had OneDrive, and let's just say OneDrive corrupted my file structure. Honestly, what I probably should have done is identified my most important files and put them on like a flash drive. I'll be honest with you. I'm one of those that, you know, I want to be in control. You know, in other words, it's like saying this is what you have to do on backup. No. I want to be the one to call the shots. You know, if I want to use a flash drive, let me know. Let me do it. There is an ad break coming up. It's probably going to be coming up in about a minute or two. So, just giving you all a heads up. I know you know this Ionite monk, but I use it to be right back. That's why I don't have a BRB screen. So, what I actually do is add break over. I actually have a dummy account. Well, I actually have my viewing account that I use. I couldn't call it a dummy account. Well, they use to kind of help viewing make sure that everything looks good. So that's how I usually know when ad breaks are over. So let's get back to again our ideal. If we do some level 10 item grinding, we may get to that. Well, it's not really a level. It's more of a hit point thing. Ideally, I'd like to have my characters at like about 110, 120 hit points. And the reason being is because I'm looking at, because what could happen? Let's say I get to Wordna's lair, and Wordna happens to cast a tilt-a-weight. Let's just say right now, if Wordna casts tilt-a-weight, pretty much characters 1, 2, 4, and 5. 5 and 6 are probably going to be killed. Well, especially character 5, the wizard. The wizard will be toast. Oh wait, the wizard is named Toast. Ha ha ha. But yeah. So that's actually what I'm looking for. So if I really wanted to, you know, I really wanted to, I could maybe like if I wanted to grind faster, I could maybe like leave the cleric at home. If I'm doing Murphy's Ghost grind. Because the cleric already has plenty of hit points. That being said, you know, I like the cleric's healing ability, but another thing is the Lord. Beefcake the Lord can actually also cast clerical spells. So it may get to the point where the Lord may be able to cast like the necessary heal spells. And so if that's the case for the grinds, I could really leave the Lord out of it. I mean, the cleric out of it. And even the ninja. The ninja's like at level... has got 127 hit points. That being said, I still want to... because I think the ninja doesn't quite have the ability scores that I'm wanting. Because what happened when I changed classes, all of them, their ability scores reset. And by the way, I'm doing the Murphy's Ghost grind tonight. This is John Moody of Moody Mystery. Sorry about last night, last couple nights, but I was a bit feverish. And I was on Monday. I was definitely feverish because my I had like 100, I think 100.1 or 100.2, and I definitely felt it. And as I said, I actually have this grind set up to get it to level up as quickly as possible. If you notice, and I know I keep repeating the same thing, but I never know who's out there. You know, I could have a new viewer that maybe is like, oh, cool. You know, I like to educate. I'm probably going to stream Friday. I'm not sure if I want to do a Commodore 64 stream or if I want to do Wizardry or maybe something else. Item, of course, as always. And the good thing about Murphy's Ghost is you can just do this ad nauseum. And I'm just going to say, a lot of the earlier games, a lot of the earlier RPG games, for example, I would say probably the first three Ultimas, probably the first couple Wizardries. Essentially, it was grinding. You know, what you did is you just, you know, for example, in Ultima 2, once you got a certain item, which I won't, no, not Wizardry, Ultima 2, yeah. Once you got a certain item, you were good to go. You were good to go on grinding. You could just, you know, and as long as you didn't lose that item, you were good to go. You know. And so a lot of it was trying to get lots of gold, get your ability scores up there. Yep. But I think on Ultima, you know, for Ultima 4, but I think once you got to like Ultima 5 and 6, then grinding wasn't at, you know, you didn't have to be like a superstar level. You know, it was nice, but for example, in Ultima 6, if you got into trouble, you had a way out. There was a way out. The one thing I'm thinking of also doing is Bard's Tale. But that being said, it was fairly recently that they did a remake of the Bard's Tale. So I may go for that, but you know, there may be I think, you know, I'm waiting to hear. There's a streamer D4T that actually does remasters of a lot of a good many of the RPGs. D4T, last I heard, is considering a Bard's Tale remaster, and if that's the case, I'd maybe want to wait for that. Okay, we're not even remotely down to 20 hits yet. That's the when we get to 20 hits, that's when I usually decide I want to, you know, flee, run. Yeah, true. As I said, but I know there's a remaster. As I said, there was I think they did a nice Bard's Tale update. If I so I don't know if that's the same thing, or if it's the original. See, I think I have the Bard's Tale on. I know I have Bard's Tale on the Commodore. I did throw a question chat. I know, like, a lot of, you know, cheap stuff, you know, classic games, very inexpensive. I'm not sure what the platform is, because the ones I've heard about are GOG and Steam. And welcome on in. Welcome to the Wizardry the Wizardry 1 grind. This was done because if you watch my last stream when I was like, you know, I'll get some experience by item grinding. I almost had a total party kill. There's many different things, you know. I've heard of TPK, total party kill, party wipe. You know, I don't know if there's any other terms that people use when you have when everyone in the party dies. But what we would have had to do in this game is we would have actually had to form a rescue party and actually go back down into the dungeon and find the characters. And there even was no chance that you'd find him. Maybe, who knows? Maybe one of the monsters may have dragged him and ate a character, and now they're like, you know. But that's only if the entire party dies. If you at least have one surviving person, one person can apparently carry the bodies. Which I kind of find amusing. Now on level 1, keep in mind we're not gonna get a lot of tough encounters. Really, game? Really? It's like, okay, let's keep giving Moody encounters. Let's like... It's like... So that's why we don't have our identify monster spell on. But one thing I did learn. So just one thing to keep in mind. Greater demons. Oh, Hellgraph Dragon. Yeah, this is the NES version. The NES version actually came out about probably 8 to 10 years after the original Wizardry, and they actually upgraded the walls. You know. Now that being said, I think I did still have the option to do the original wire. Original, wireframe dungeon, but I don't know. I just like these. And again, our ninja comes through by okay. We are fighting Murphy's Ghost for the grind. And I'll tell you why. So why Murphy's Ghost? Decent experience. Each Murphy's Ghost gives us about 750 experience, which in this game is not bad. Because you actually, believe it or not, there's a fair number of monsters, even the really tough monsters where you will only get like maybe 1,000 experience per monster. That's number one. Number two, no special attacks. No special attacks. They can't paralyze us, they can't poison us. Whereas you go way down to lower levels where you get like a level 10 mage. You can on 3 of them. They could all cast like Moldalto, and you're now like, okay. You're like, okay, I've got 2 characters alive. Also, they only do 2 hit points of damage. They eat. The Smurfy's Ghost has 1 attack, only 2 hit points of damage. Now, there are drawbacks. They are magically resistant. And I would sing it, but I don't want to get a DMCA strike. They're magically resistant. And they do have a low armor class, and they do have a decent amount of hit points, about 50 to 60 hit points. But that's why they're the best things for grinding. And the other thing is, I don't have to use any spells. They're magically resistant, so I can I essentially save my spells. So yeah, that's why and by the way, in this area, as long as you keep going back into the room, guess what? You get an infinite array of Murphy's Ghosts. I mean, they keep respawning, so that's why I keep fighting them. And by the way, in case anyone's wondering about the names of the characters, 5 of the names actually came from viewers who redeemed some channel points. Because when I started this game, I had a channel point redeem of name a character. So, but that being said, if let's say I have a total party kill and I have to get a rescue party going, then that's gonna come back. And if you notice that sometimes it says decapitated, that's because I have a ninja. ninjas can auto kill, which is good, but it's also bad if you go against ninjas. Because guess what? You encounter an enemy ninja, guess what? They can auto kill. And that's just not cool. Yep. I'm gonna put a joke. Okay. I did throw a joke in the chat, and by the way, puns, jokes encouraged. And I don't care if everyone thinks it's bad, just put it in there. My only concern is that not everyone may know what a Murphy bed is, and it is an actual thing. What it is, Murphy bed, it's actually a bed that folds into the wall. So what you do is you have like a little space with the bed, and then when you're ready to go to sleep, you actually open up the space. You actually pull open the space, and the bed actually, bed kind of pulls out. If you're someone that's trying to let's say build a small house, that may be a possible option. Although a lot of people, what they do on the smaller houses, they have if you're trying to do a really small building, what a lot of people do, I mean small, like 300 square feet, is they'll often put the bed in like a loft. So the living space will be like downstairs, and they'll have like a staircase or a loft, or could even be a bunk bed where they go upstairs. Okay, Beefcake is starting to get close to 120 hit points. And as I said, once one of the characters gets to 20 hit points, I'm probably going to leave. Now, if I really wanted to prolong the grind, I could. But that being said, what I want to do is I want to see where I am, because I mean, I'm knocking these Murphy's ghosts out, and like, I'm killing them at a rate of like 2 or 3 a minute. So as I said, I've debated about doing the grinding off screen, but I don't know. I just, this one I just like. I just like to keep it, on screen, because the police are looking for a man with one eye named Murphy. Second guy. What's the other eye's name? Sorry, I had a good follow-up pun there. Now that being said, the pun I threw down. There actually someone if there actually there is a good follow-up to that. And by the way, it's as I said, the only drawback to doing the stream at this time is they're actually, and there's probably some people that aren't gonna, you know, like the show that I like. But there's a new episode of Pimple Popper now. Some people are like, ew, Pimple Popper, ew. But I actually do find it educational. But also how like these people have these weird, like they'll have like a cyst and they'll have like a big you know, like a big bump on their head that, like, you know, affects their lives, and then Dr. Pimple Popper like removes it, and now it's like their life is so much better. I mean that's what I like about it, you know, changing lives. Keep in mind that I'm actually, this game is following what I call Iron Man rules, which is essentially no save scumming. So, you know, if I really wanted to, do that, I could just say, let's have a small party. We'll go for some big XP monsters. But I wanted to try this for the first time. Okay, so our beefcake is down to 20 hit points. So once they go to 18, then we're going back to the castle. And we're gonna see if all of this grinding gave us enough XP to level up. You know, I'm just gonna throw this out here, you know, and there, you know, it's. Okay, well, guess what? Okay, so we got our, I'm gonna save the game. And so we're gonna exit. And by the way, we got teleported. Okay, I'm not sure where we are, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to camp, and Jeff can cast a Dumopic. Okay, we're facing north. We're 9 east, 7 north. in the hell do we get 7 north? Okay, let's check our maps. 7 north. Oh, okay. Ooh. Let's see what direction. Okay. What's the worst thing about Elven cities? You have to be older than 210 to buy alcohol. Okay, so we're back from the ad breaks. I'm hoping that I think I found out where I was. Yep. And I righted the ship. Okay. So we're not going to take the stairs up. We're going to camp here. So we're going to have our cleric heal everyone. The clerical spell that we have a good clerical spell, Mahdi. And Mahdi pretty much takes care of about anything. You know, it completely heals you. You know, it pretty much takes care of paralysis, petrification, poison. Now, somewhat like paralysis and poison, you do have spells that you can cast. Lesser spells, but Mahdi takes care of everything. And so we're good. So we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave camp and we're gonna save it. Save the state, which you can do. I actually like that. I actually like that option. I'm playing with a Nestor emulator. Okay, so now one thing I want to do before I level up is I talked about the Lord having spells. So the Lord actually can cast some good clerical spells, not Mahdi yet. And so that's why I talked about, hey, maybe I can leave my cleric at home, especially if the Lord can cast Mahdi. And by the same token, the samurai can actually cast mage spells. Ah, Mahalito and Molito. Okay, ooh. Now let's inspect our ninja. Nope, ninja cannot cast anything. Darn. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're not done, okay? I usually like to stream for about 2 hours, okay? So, don't think, oh, Moody's done streaming. But, so So I hope that's why you I hope that's why you didn't leave. People didn't leave. But let's So let's go to the Adventurers Inn. Let's have everyone stay. Wow. Okay, I thought we did better. Wow. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit stunned. I'm a little bit stunned. I thought someone would at least level up. Okay, so let's. Okay, so let's save it. Let's save the state. Now, by the way, in the back of the PC days, Wizardry 1 was complicated. You know, you had how you saved it. Now, so you may wonder why are you not concerned about the cleric? Look at the cleric's ability scores. The cleric has a full complement of spells, and the ability scores are pretty darn good. So I'm like, eh. So I'm not. That's why I don't mind, leaving the cleric behind. But I still want to, And of course, the wizard, which was a bishop, can actually cast both mage and clerical spells. And I do want to look at Jeff or Joff. Joff has pretty good ability scores. I like the 18 vitality. That's your goal here. But if I read Joff's spell book, you notice what's missing. At the very bottom, I've got Malor and Mahaman. I think you know what's missing. Those of you that play Wizardry, it's Tilt-A-Wait. And so what happened? Last several level ups, we have not gotten Tilt-A-Wait. So we're gonna do Moporific, and we're gonna do more grinding. And by the way, there's as far as chat, there's no. If you want to participate in chat, you're more than welcome to. But this is not a class participation stream where you're required to post and chat. Lurkers are welcome. If you want to acknowledge, hey, I'm a lurker, you can. If not, it's fine. I said I'm fairly easygoing. The only thing that would probably get you in trouble is if let's say you're either let's just say abusive, slurs and whatnot. What I mean by slurs is racial slurs, or basically anything that violates the Twitch terms of service. I will not hesitate to drop the ban hammer. And right now I'm actually still looking for for another position. I actually had a few good leads. And I actually talked to someone who, someone that works in a factory, and I'm like, hey, I've been in academia all my life. What if, let's say, I want to do factory work, and they said, well, it's going to be tougher to break in. That being said, though, I have worked. I know it was my late dad, but I actually have worked. I can say I've worked for like a distribution. I've actually done. I've actually driven a forklift. And I've also done a fair, not a lot, but I've done some training with safety, mainly chemical safety. So I think I'm looking alternatively, and once I get a position. I'm actually hoping to do some private tutoring, some online private tutoring of either chemistry and or math. So, but I hope everyone's doing well. I'm John Moody of Moody Mystery. I thank everyone for coming on in. I know it's a grind stream, and it's like grind streams are not exciting, but what I do is I try to be chatty and talk about other things. I've talked about why grinding Murphy's Ghost safe. Only do 2 hit points of damage. Good experience. If anyone watched the South Park episode of Make Love Not Warcraft, the kids, when they wanted to level up, they did everything perfectly except for one thing. The only thing they could have done is they could have found maybe a bigger, like a monster with more XP, I could have said, well, because I think boars that they fought like only gave you like 2 XP. So okay. And by the way, if you notice that my notifications about damage go by very quickly, again, it's because I'm not worried about the Murphy's Ghosts. They only do 2 hit points of damage. Okay, come on. I'm just wondering, did we get rated? Because I'm looking at the viewer count, and the viewer count's like gone way up. I'm not complaining. I just want to make because honestly, if someone rated me, I at least want to know. I at least want to know so I can properly like acknowledge the raid. But again, I want to thank everyone for coming on in and watching, and it's like, okay, Moody Mystery is like grinding Murphy's Ghosts, while in the meantime he's like Moody is like in the meantime like talking just like crazy stuff coming. Oh, now we have 3 small humanoids. who made some really smart life choices. It's like they all decided to flee. Very smart. Now, in a grind, that's kind of stinks because you get no experience points if you're grinding for XP, but still, you at least get the gold. As I said, I'm probably going to stream this Friday. I'm just thinking, you know. Yay, we surprised the monsters. Whoa. Darn, spill a little bit of red juice. That's actually why I wore this like dark shirt. It's like, oh yeah. As I said, feel free to introduce yourself in chat, but again, you do not have to. This is not a class participation stream. I at least want to let you know what the expectations are. Jokes and puns are more than welcome, as long as they're not like, you know. But I will make a suggestion of try to avoid religious and political jokes, you know. You know, it reminded me when I when I teach chemistry, I was like told there are 3 things that you should not talk about, and it was actually called the PRS: politics, religion, and sex. Even then, and by the way, that was even when I'd like talk about nutrition, you know, I'd be like, no, you don't want to. You know, and one thing I was careful of is I didn't want to, you know, like I was one of those when I would teach. Not like it was a course I like chemistry and society, and so we had to talk. I talked about society. So what I would talk to the students about, you know, I would say instead of saying that buying all these water bottles is bad, I would actually say, well, hey, if you want to buy water bottles, that's fine, but, you know, it's like if you want to buy water bottles, you have to make a trip to the store, you know, and you have to like carry them out. I'll let you know a little secret. I actually have a reverse osmosis water system. I had it installed in my house. So if I and I actually have a couple containers in my refrigerator. So what happens once the container gets emptied, I refill it's like a gallon container. So I always have cold reverse osmosis water. Best money I could have ever spent. What do you do to a wrinkled shirt? F.E. I like it. Like it. actually, Ionite Monk, if I have a wrinkled shirt, I don't iron it. I'm like, eh. I just wear it again sometimes. Now everyone's like, Moody, Moody Mystery, we know how lazy you are. But I'm also gonna throw this out because I was actually at a restaurant a couple times, and what I like to do, because I like to eat alone. I don't like to eat alone, but I'm usually by myself, so I usually, if they have a counter, I usually sit at it, or a bar. Which honestly, if you're by yourself, go sit at the bar. Usually the bar people are, are actually the better servers. You know, you don't even have to drink. There's no rule that says you have to, like, buy a drink. I often and usually, especially if you sit at the bar at like regular places, eventually you get the bartenders get to know you, and they're like, you get better service. But make sure you tip them well. Don't be a cheapskate. Well, actually, that's if you're in the U.S. I mean, I've read about some of the tip culture in some of the other countries, But my thought is, I was at a restaurant, and I have never seen... I mean, I looked at the drinks that went out. I would say, I think, I saw about, I don't know how many, probably close to 40 or 50 drinks go out. I think all but 2 of them were water. And I'm like, darn, everyone's ordering water. Well, I'll let you know a secret. It's like most of the time they don't charge you for water. I think I know Jimmy John's, if you got water, I think sometimes they would charge you 25 cents for like a water cup. But it was like, because the thing is, you look at the price of sodas. I've seen anywhere from, I think, $2.49 to $3.99, and this is for fountain sodas. $3.99. See, I'm gonna say something. People are getting smarter. So if you're wanting that profit margin from your sodas, you maybe need to dial back the cost a little bit. Dial it back. I'm not trying to be mean, okay? I'm not trying to tell you that, hey, you're But I'll let you know a secret. People, see, maybe 20. What is the other name for the periodic table of elements? The Atoms family. Ionite Monk, hey, please keep posting those good puns. Maybe someone else will. Maybe another viewer will jump in, but again, it's all right. But see, the thing is, maybe 20, 25, 30 years ago, you could get away with that. But see, this is the thing. There's all these articles on the internet that they have these like posts on the internet, and it's like life hacks, and I've seen several times. One of the hacks was, at a restaurant to save money, order water. Now, one thing I did do, and don't tell them this. I actually did. I'm just gonna let you know a little secret though. If you do order water to save money, I suggest maybe giving them a little bit of an extra tip, saying, hey, tell them, hey, I wanted to save money on the water, so I could actually give you an extra $1, maybe $1.50 tip. They'll be like, oh, cool, thanks. But yeah, that's. And it's not a rant. It's I understand. Profit margins at restaurants. Tilt to weight check. Jeff Quest, I just wanted to touch base with you. The wizard did not gain a level yet. But that being said, I would hang around because I have a feeling, my fingers are crossed that the wizard will gain a level the next time I get out of here. Yes. I'd maybe stick around a little bit because, but welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Jeff Quest, I think you know D Forte, and I've noticed D Forte didn't stream tonight, so I hope everything is all right with D Forte. Just because I know D Forte streams pretty regularly, so I just hope everything's all right. I agree. Reviews are awesome. Where does the chemist occasionally have dinner? The periodic table. Okay, yeah. I will agree. Outstanding gamer. You know what? I hope I spelled it correctly. Yeah, let's give D Forte a shout out. D Forte does a lot of great, a lot of excellent retro gaming. D Forte actually does also do Wizardry, and even better, D Forte did a remake of Wizardry, I think 6 and 7, maybe 8, but I've played it and it's like it's awesome. Yeah, as I said, we're grinding Murphy's Ghosts. Oh, crap. By the way, there is an ad break coming up soon. So what's going to happen, what I do during the ad break is I usually just step away. It's also for your chance to step away, relax. If you have to use the bathroom, use the bathroom. Check my backyard to make sure that my neighbor's dog is not in my backyard, which I did not realize until... Ad break is over. I'm gonna throw in them. Okay, one thing I did want to throw down is a bit of an Olive Garden tip. Um, Sorry, I'm like Mr. Krabs. I'm a bit of a cheapskate. If you don't know who Mr. Krabs is, then just look up SpongeBob. But they do have dipping sauces for breadsticks, but they are like I think it's like $3.99 or $4.99. So. So what I usually do is I usually get melted butter, and I've yet to be charged for it. Melted butter and extra dressing. Now, by the way, if I really wanted to have some, how can I say this? Some, if I really want to have some, I don't want to say balls, because if I really wanted to be bold, I would sneak maybe like a bit of an Alfredo dressing into Olive Garden. Are you feeling it now, Moody? I don't know what I'm feeling, but yeah. I'm having a blast. I'm having fun. You know, I just... But I actually did talk about my new position. I mean, that I'm hoping to get. There is one condition I do want to have with the new position, is that they will allow me. I don't know if you've seen some of my old videos, but I used to have some pretty long hair, especially in the back. So I want to go back to that. I just want to go back to that. Honestly, the only reason I have short hair now is I'm being professional. Now that being said, if let's say I happen to become a you know, someone in the office, like let's say I happen to get a job as like, you know, a law clerk or something where it's like the dress is probably very conservative, then yeah, I'd probably won't do that, but okay, come on, let's get, yeah. Okay, so we're getting down there in you know what? So what I'm saying is our Lord is starting to get low on hit points. So again, once we go below 20, we're gonna head back, and I'm hoping that we have enough that we can at least get everyone leveled up. And Jeff, I hope if you're still here, I hope to get to see your wonderful mage get tilt-a-weight. Now grow your hair out, becoming 80s wrestler. I've thought about that, but I Knight Monk, honestly, I'm not that athletic. I'm not that athletic in terms of doing the moves. You know, honestly, I am the one thing I am decent at is at least bench pressing, so you know, I actually used to bench press a decent amount. Unfortunately, one thing I was not aware of is that there's this thing called a rotator cuff. And so I had rotator cuff issues, and so I had to back off. But I'm hoping to get back into it again. If everything goes according to plan, next week Monday I'm gonna be probably doing a stream. It's not like a fitness of working out, but it's kind of like my plan, you know. What I plan on doing. I just have to set that up because it's much different than doing this stream where I have to come on, let's get Murphy's Ghost. Friendly goat. Nope. Now, by the way, some of you may wonder, why do I keep fighting on friendly monsters? If you look at the class, you see that there's 4 E's in front. E means evil. Or as Mermaid Man would say, evil! Evil! Be careful, I do some good impersonations. And so so I want to keep the characters evil. Why am I a meanie? The evil characters actually have access to some really awesome weapons and armor. And again, you may wonder, you're like, well, how do you have an evil lord? It's very simple. You have a good lord, and you keep fighting friendly monsters. Eventually, and any good characters, if you keep fighting friendly monsters, they'll become evil. If you're evil, and you let good monsters, you leave friendly monsters, you will eventually turn good. The problem is that good and evil do not mix. So if you have a good... So if, let's say, the party breaks up, what happens is that if let's say you have an evil character and you want to recruit a good character, the game won't let you. Neutral characters, they'll always stay neutral. They'll like... Neutral characters are like, whatever, dude. Now I don't know if anyone's on TikTok. But I read an article and I forget the name of it. There's kind of a new trend, which is bed something. It's like, you know, when you're like a college student and you like say, "Hey, I'm not doing anything. I'm just gonna be in bed all day." So I don't know. I'm divided between getting the TikTok app and going on TikTok or not. I don't know. I've done polls and people said no, don't do it. So okay, so we're still okay, so we're gonna go back to the castle now. This does not mean that we're ending, okay? So don't be like, oh, the stream is ending. Nope, it's not ending. What I'm gonna do is I'm going back to the castle. Oh, really? What I'm doing is I'm gonna go back to the castle, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see how. Really, game? I'm just gonna assess my characters. I think I figured it out this time. Yep. Because I'm probably gonna go for some more Murphy's Ghost grinding. I'm definitely going for some Murphy's Ghost grinding. I may even leave a few characters behind. Okay, you don't see it, but I'm saving the state. Okay. So we have to go. Let's go back into the maze. I forgot to you want to make sure all before you go to the Adventurers Inn, you want to make sure all your characters are healed. And of course, Mahdi heals all of them. Now, I'm just wondering who came up with the spell name Mahdi. I have a feeling it was some person, Madison. Madison's like, okay, call me Mahdi. Ionite Monk, I will say this. I at least have some frontal hair, so I can't do the Hulk Hogan thing, okay? I can't do that. You know, I can't be like, you know. Okay. So, okay. So everyone's fully healed. And by the way, just a suggestion on these games, save often. Even if you're doing an Iron Man run, y'all, save often because you never know when things are going to glitch. I've lost an hour and a half on Ultima 7 because the screen froze. Okay. So, let's start the Adventures in process. Okay. Beefcake is close, okay? So leave. This chick, I'm sure, is going to get a level up. Well, I'll tell you what, this actually isn't bad. We did lose piety, but notice that we gained vitality and we gained 19 hit points. Okay, so let's update that. This chick is now 13 and 80. Okay, very well done. Okay, so leave, Limni. Okay, Jalimni gained a lot of things, including vitality. Jalimni gained only 1 hit point, which I'm actually not upset about because the ninja, but at least it gained some you know what. Okay. Okay, so let's go with the cleric. Let's see what the cleric does. Okay, only 1 hit point, which I'm not disappointed because I think the cleric gained like 40 some ridiculous amount of hit points last one, so I'm not gonna complain. Okay, Toast. Oh, Toast is close. Okay, so I'm gonna save this because, or Jeff, if you're still in chat, I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready, because you're gonna stay. Jeff, be ready, come on. Okay, here we go. Stables. You made the next level. You learned new spells. We need to check that. Let's see. We need to check that. We need to check that, y'all. We need to check that. We need to check that. We need to check that, y'all. Okay. Gilgamesh's Tavern. Let's inspect Jeff. Jeff, please, 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 please. What? What? Really? Really, game? Really? Are you serious, game? Okay, you know what? Really, game? You did not have the heart to give frickin' Jeff a tilt-a-weight, okay? What type of monster are you, game? What type of monster are you? So you mean we now have to do more Murphy's Ghost grinding? Oh, boy. Okay, cool. Camelio, Retro Gaming Junction, coming in with a raid of 17. I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for the raid. And I apologize for ranting, but we're doing a grind. No dead babies yet today. But hey, check out Camelio Retro Gaming Junction. Camelio plays something almost every day. Does very entertaining. You know, lots. You know, does a great job. You know, does a great job streaming. I actually was lurking before I streamed tonight. But if this baloney keeps up about not getting Jeff a tilt-a-weight, you know what? I just need to go home. Just need to go home, you know. And by the way, I'm John Moody of Moody Mystery. I'm doing some I'm doing what I call Murphy's Ghost grinding. I know grinding isn't the most exciting thing. But if you look below me, you'll see our party composition. We actually why I'm grinding Murphy's Ghosts. Well, I'll first give the reasons. So let's get back into the maze. You know, let's get back into the maze. Okay, so our cleric is going to cast the spell of Aporphic. That's going to give us some an AC boost. Okay. So let's save it. I like to save the states save a state every so often. Yes, Jeff, unbelievable. I mean, come on. You know, I'm about ready to like rant and rave here, you know. It's like, come on. Okay, wait a minute. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna still. Okay. I welcome everyone. I'm John Moody, Moody Mystery. I don't have a super regular schedule yet, but probably I'm gonna be coming back to this game on Friday. I do a lot of retro streams, okay, and I tend to be a little bit energetic, entertaining. And by the way, puns are welcome. So if anyone has some good puns, jokes, please feel free to put them in chat. Again, I'm not one to. I mean, backseating is fine. You know. Good jokes are fine, bad jokes are fine, as long as they're not, as long as they're not like violate the terms of service of Twitch. So, and by the way, why are we grinding Murphy's Ghost? Someone you're like, well, grinding good experience. Murphy's Ghost, I wouldn't say good, they give decent experience, but they are low risk. They only do 2 hit points of damage per hit. No special attacks. Yes, they do have a lot of Murphy's Ghosts do have a tough armor class, and they do have a fair amount of hit points. But when you've got like characters in the front row that can just literally like I mean, and as I said, with grinding, I want to be efficient, you know. So I have characters that can do 20, 30, 40 hit points of damage per turn with multiple swings. I'm not sure what it was I said. Friday, I'm thinking of either Commodore 64. I have to decide. But I know Monday, assuming that everything goes according to plan, I'll probably be doing a I'm a bit out of shape, and I want to get back into shape again. So now, by the way, some people may say, I want to get into shape. Not that not that I need to, but let's just say I have a primary care doctor who basically has almost no filter. Which I think in my case is a good thing. The primary care doctor tells it like it is. That's the same thing. I have a group of doctors. They say, "Hey, you need to lose some fat." And it's like, appreciate the honesty. And some people may say that's like not politically correct, but this is the primary care doctor is a person that is that interested in my health. And if the primary care doctor thinks, hey, my health, it's important that I lose fat. That's fine. And I'm just going to throw this out here. As far as mental health, is actually believe it or not, primary care doctor actually is the one to address most of my mental health things. I'm like, the anxiety and ADHD. I tried to get other ways to like say, hey, I know I have ADHD, but I actually went to an assessment, and they actually said, you don't have ADHD, you're actually gaming the test. So essentially they said, no, you're actually manipulating results. I'm like, well, let's just say, I can give you my response to that, but let's just say that if I were to give you my response, there'd probably be a Twitch ban. But fortunately, my primary care doctor was like, yeah, hey, I know, and so that's actually how I've, you know what. Okay, so. So we're gonna keep on going here. We're gonna grinding. So I want to thank the Raiders. Thank you, Camilio, for bringing 17 cool people into the stream. And just a tip. I always if you're a Raider, or if you were you're a person part of the raid, I always say hang around for a little bit. Oh, okay. By the way, there is an ad break soon. There's an ad break coming up. Oh. So there's an ad break. I'm gonna BRB. Okay. Now, according to my messages, my ad break is over. What I do on ad breaks is it gives people a chance to, take a break, go to the bathroom, whatnot. Same thing with me. Refill the drink, go to the bathroom. So what I'm gonna do on this stream is I'm gonna keep grinding Murphy's Ghosts until one of my frontline characters gets below 20 hit points, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the castle and level up. So so if you're, I usually when I do my streams, I usually say I don't know how long it's gonna last, but what I've done is people like it. Is like, okay, when are you gonna be done? It was actually like what I used to do when I teach chemistry at college. I'd be like, I used to be like, okay, this is how many chapters the exams are going to cover, and the students would always ask, okay, what days are they? And then I smartened up. I was like, no, okay, this is what you do, Moody. What you do is you say, these are, I don't know what material each exam is going to cover, but these are the days. And then I'd be like, okay. So I'd say, these are the days. And usually 2 class periods before those. So like if the exam was on Friday, and it was a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, I'd tell the class on Monday, this is how far it's going to go. Now, some of you may wonder why I'm I'm fighting friendly monsters. Again, if you look at my class, you see a lot of E's. E is evil. Evil characters fight monsters. Fight friendly monsters. So we're getting a lot of Murphy's Ghosts. It's good experience. Okay, come on, let's see. But as I said, I think we're starting to get towards the tail end a little bit. I do suggest that you stick around, because I usually like to raid someone. It's either another retro streamer or someone that plays pinball. I already have someone in mind for a pinball player. At least for now. It may not stay the same. And all I ask is that, if when I raid someone, at least stick around a little bit. See, because I'll be honest with you, there's been several times where I've actually was brought along where I was watching someone and they raided someone else, and I was like, wow, this other streamer is pretty cool. And I actually ended up following them. me, but yeah. Now, FYI, I'm just gonna say this: if I had a choice of monsters that I would love to have spawn, my choice is actually the Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp does not have any special attacks. They do have decent hit points and a extremely tough armor class. But Will-O-the-Wisps, I think, give you like 7,000 XP per kill. The only problem is there's no real place to get to spawn them. So that's why I'm doing Murphy's Ghost, because I can at least I at least have a reliable way to get them to spawn and respawn. And by the way, I'm not going to do any, so if you're wondering if Moody gets to 20 hit points, are you going to do any, you-know-whats? Nope. Just going to go back and I'm going to level up, but I will not stop until after the level up. Really, Moody? And by the way, feel free to put puns or jokes in chat. Again, now the good part about each of these Murphy's Ghosts encounter is that we usually get about a couple hundred gold. Now, by the way, you may say a couple hundred gold, but over time that adds up. Now, that being said, honestly, gold's the least of our worries. You know, we're actually pretty good in terms of gold. The only way we may need gold is if, let's say, we have to do a rescue party. Which we almost had to do we almost had that happen last stream. Last stream with this, we encountered I think one of the times we encountered level 10 mages, and 3 of them cast Modalto before we could get off like our spells. And essentially, I think I actually wiped out all but 2 of my characters. And then we had like some greater demons, which I decided to fight. Oh no! And they wiped out like 3 of our characters. If we keep surprising the monsters, this stream's never gonna end. Because Beefcake's never gonna get down to 20 hit points, and, that being said, I think we need to... I think we need to have a sign the petition. Give it tilt-a-wait, you know. Give Jeff a tilt-a-wait. Beefcake got a decent hit on that one, so... Come on, Moody! Hope everyone's doing well. I'm hoping I'm at least trying to be entertaining with, you know, yes, grinding Murphy's Ghosts, but hey, I'm trying to be entertaining, you know, have some fun. Oh, okay. Ooh, we have a redeem for restaurant. And what I do when I restaurant is I always like to talk about a restaurant, and I'm actually going to specifically mention I'm going to put the... Okay, so what I'm gonna do is while I'm grinding Murphy's Ghost, I'm gonna talk about the Real Hacienda in Terre Haute. Of course, a lot of places have several Mexican restaurants, you know, sometimes, and no, Taco Bell does not classify as a Mexican restaurant. Okay, if you think Taco Bell is Mexican. Taco Bell is about as authentic Mexican as Olive Garden is about as authentic Italian, okay? But the thing I like about the Real Hacienda, they've got good salsa. They also got a lot of good condiments. That you know, condiments. They have a decent variety of hot sauces. Their prices have gone up a bit. But the thing I like about them is they let you customize your order. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am not a fan of lettuce and tomato, okay? Especially sliced tomato. Now, that may be my my ASD tendencies talking, that I'm sensitive to taste. But they're at least willing to do that. Now, interestingly, I don't like tomatoes, but if, let's say, you puree the you-know-what out of them, I do like tomato sauce, but their food is good, and compared to some of the other Mexican restaurants, their menu selection is really good, and I like them, you know. Of course, they do bring out the chips, so... the only drawback, I will say this, is it would be nice if they did a Mexican buffet. And, you know... I'm just to say this about Mexican buffets. A lot of them, they have like a, you know, some, I'm not saying limited offerings, but the thing is, you can be creative. So like what I do when I go to a Mexican buffet is, sorry, I should talk about more. And Real Hacienda is local. That's what I like about it. It's a local restaurant. They've got good service, and you know, they've got You know, menu's pretty good, but see what I love about Mexican buffets is a lot of times they'll still bring out that tray of chips to you. So what I will do is I'll take the tray of chips, I'll put some of the chips on, I'll go to the buffet, or I'll put some of my chips that they give me and I'll put it on a plate from the buffet, and then I'll actually have like nachos. I'll like, oh, let's put some let's say beans. Oh yeah, let's put some beans. Let's have some nachos and beans. Oh, ground beef. Yeah, let's put that on there. Cheese. Yeah. You know, guacamole. Sure, why not? Hot sauce. Yeah. And so you can actually make a bit of a custom nacho plate. And then that's why I like the Mexican buffets, because you can get creative. And actually, some of the Mexican buffets, they also do have sorry for drinking chicken tenders. If you're which is good, because if you have, let's say, a young person who's a bit of a picky eater, they actually have something, for them. But yeah, if you're in Terre Haute, check out Rio Hacienda. They've got about, I think, 2 or 3 locations. I've been there. As I said, I've been there several times. It's probably one of the few Mexican restaurants in Terre Haute that I would actually revisit. Okay, come on, Moody. Let's darn it. Let's get this let's get beefcake down to 20 so we can that being said, it's kind of my decision. I'm like, I'd rather, because I think the last time I mentioned that I'd end the stream at like a certain time, once that time hit, everyone left. So I'd rather stay, and that way, if you're like, but as I said, I'm trying to move this along. Cause I'm gonna let y'all a secret about me. Is I like to operate quickly. So in other words, if I'm working retail and I have a line, I'm not going to talk to people. I'm like, I'm just going to do my basic, just the basic, just do what? I'm not going to like share anything unless I'm running a credit card where there's time. Come on, really? Okay. So we're farming Murphy's Ghosts. And again, the notifications are going by fast. Some of you may wonder, it's like, why? Because Murphy's Ghosts don't threaten me. It's like the most they do is 2 points of damage. And so I'm not worried about, oh yeah, let's get, come on, really? I apologize. I think that the Hacienda is spelled with a C. I apologize. So if you look it up, it may give you an alternative spelling, Or what you can do is you can look for Mexican restaurants in Terre Haute, and it'll probably... Really? Okay. Again, I'm just throwing a few questions in chat. I just want to know, like, and if anyone's like in the eastern USA and they're having issues with smoke, just let me know. I'd be, you don't have to share. That's fine. I'm just... Because I know there's like wildfires in Canada, and based on weather patterns, it's blowing somewhat south and southeast to the U.S. So, but no. Again, there's no rule about like, oh yeah, you have to participate in chat, And I tell people lurkers are welcome, You don't even have to announce your presence, don't you? Come on, really. Okay. Hey! Is a Salty Dog, Ohio. Thank you. His first time chatter. Welcome on in. Thank you very much. Yeah. Ooh. Well, Ohio, from what I've heard, you did get hit, but you didn't get like hit super hard. And I actually, Salty Dog, I actually remember living in South Georgia. We've actually had that happen some, where we've had some really, really bad wildfires. And it wasn't like, oh yeah, it's like blowing in from Canada. It's like, oh, it's like 50 miles, it's like we're burning 50 miles away, so. But I know, Salty Dog, I know Pennsylvania got hit pretty hard because... in Philadelphia, they actually postponed the baseball game because they said it was like too bad. But I hope, Salty Dog, if you're in Ohio, I hope you stay healthy. Hopefully it'll pass soon. I'm not a fan of like having people that can't go outside because of the air quality. I actually live in western Indiana, and we got an air quality advisory, but it's not, but it's not as bad as Pennsylvania. But I thank you for coming on in. Hope you're... I know grinding is, boring, but I'm at least trying to be entertaining by talking. Whoa. Yeah, I actually saw some of the pictures from like New York and New Jersey. They got hit pretty hard. They got hit pretty hard. So. And I also had a few streamers from Michigan say the same thing. A couple of Michigan streamers said they woke up and it was like they said like the sun was like red in the morning, and it was pretty bad. Oh wow. So what I'm doing, Salty Dog, I don't know if you've been in, but I'm trying to level up some of my characters, and the reason I use Murphy's Ghosts is because they're low risk. In other words, I don't have to worry about like them casting some big spell and like killing half my party. They do have decent experience, not a lot of not super amount of experience, but experience is decent. They also only do like 2 hit points of damage per swing, so that's why I love it. Okay. I'm just letting y'all know that there is an ad break coming up soon. Usually ad breaks, ad breaks usually happen about every 30 minutes. So what's going to happen once the ad break starts is I'm not gonna pause it, but I'm gonna BRB. Oh, wow, Salty Dog, you played it back. Oh, I'm gonna just say this: the Apple II version is brutal. And I don't know, Salty Dog, I don't know if you know Bass Jack 1, but Bass Jack 1 is actually does the Apple version. Is actually doing the Apple version right now. But the Apple version is tough because if you get surprised on the Apple II version, mages can still cast spells. So if let's say you have a group of mages that surprise you, they can let loose with their spells. So I'm gonna still. I'm just going to shout out Bass Jack 1 because Salty Dog, I don't know if you follow Bass Jack 1, but Bass Jack 1 is actually playing the same as actually playing the Apple version of Wizardry 1. So you can decide if you're like, if you at least want to check them out. Okay, our ad break is over. I'm hoping that this is the last ad break that we have to deal with. Because I'm getting, hopefully I'm getting closer to, I'm getting closer to Beefcake having 20 hit points. I just want to thank everyone for watching, for viewing, and if you like what you're seeing, click that follow button. Following is free. You actually get on following. You get notifications when, if you want to enable notifications when I stream live. So again, hey, subs are welcome, but I'm not. Feel free to go ahead and follow. I just want to mention that. I'm going to put that in chat just so I can, because I am setting up for this joke about subs. As I said, I don't require subs, but hey, I have to throw out the joke. To throw out the joke about Italian subs. Sorry, you do know I like to crack jokes. Okay, Moody, get moving here, okay? I'll be honest with you. I think the reason that the hit point decrease is slower is because we have good armor class. We also have a ninja, so occasionally the ninja can get a critical hit on a Murphy's Ghost right away, and so we don't have to worry about the you know what, level drain. And I did put a joke of about a sub in the chat. Okay, come on, Moody. Let's get you down to 20 hit points so you can okay, 29. I'm also going to throw this out. You know, I've actually been... one thing I've been doing is I've been actually watching some interesting YouTube videos. And one interesting thing. I don't know if anyone's, you know, well. Okay. Yeah, Moody, keep it to retro, okay? But one of the types of videos I've been watching a lot of, and I don't know if a lot of people play this here, but I've actually been watching a lot of chess videos. Because I used to play chess a lot. I was actually in the chess team on high school. I actually played a decent amount in some of the graduate schools. I'm debating. It's something I'd like to get back into. And I know there's a lot of chess online. You know, I was like, you know, I've seen. So I don't know. Maybe that's something I want to. Maybe it's something I want to do. You know, do some chess. Get back into it. And as I said, I've watched a fair number of chess videos online. And there's about. I mean, I don't know how many streamers are like do chess. There's a lot of them. I don't know how many, because I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I have to determine, are you actually Twitch streaming, or are you doing like YouTube content? So I've yet to. I know there's one person I know that streams on Twitch, that does some Twitch streaming. You know, very funny. But I also think that's interesting is that I mean, you know, I watch different streamers and personalities, you know. You know, for example, there's some streamers, their personality, they're like, okay, I'm gonna. I tend to be a little bit louder than a lot of this, than probably a fair amount of the streamers, and more excitable. But that being said, just because a streamer doesn't, you know, fit the personality, still watch them as like, wait a minute, hey, you know. Right now, my goal is to get to the I want to level up, but I'm waiting until my one of my characters gets below 20 hit points. That's what I'm waiting on. And okay. Just want to let people know that, hey, you know. That being said, though, if we get a raid, hey, you know, things change. Remember a story on, I think it was like Ultima Underworld. I was streaming that, and I was about to call it, and then I got like a big raid. It was like 40 some people. It was like 42 people. I remember. I was like, darn. And I said, okay, I'm gonna still keep going, but you know, everyone's gonna leave. Well, apparently no one left. Not many people left, and it was like, I think it was, so a little bit of over 2-hour stream turned into a 5-hour stream where I was like just beat. I'm like, I need to go to bed. Which is all right, you know. It's like, hey, you know. You ever play Gold Box Pool of Radiance? Unfortunately not, and someone suggested I look for it in my Commodore 64 version, and I could not find it. Right now, the game I'm actually looking at is I'm actually looking at the Bard's Tale, but I'm I heard there was a remix that was like, I think 2017 or 2018. Maybe what I need to do, maybe I need to dust off some of my games, you know, and like, okay, ooh, have the remake. So is that the Bard's Tale remake? Because I've actually seen the remake streamed. Yeah, oh, okay. I don't know if you're familiar with D4Te, but D4Te does a lot of, has been doing some Bard's Tale streams. Oh. Yeah, watch him. Good. I'm just gonna say this: excellent streamer. Oh yeah, Wizardry. Yeah, I watch his D4Te's Wizardry 8 stream a lot. Very awesome. Love the fact that D4Te does Iron Man, which, just in my opinion, is a bit crazy, but I you know. Come on, people. Let's get some, yeah, does Wizardry 8. I love the Wizardry 8, whereas like Forte is like, okay, let's do 5 of one class and 1 of another. So often have like 5 rogues and like let's do 5 rogues and 1 bishop. Okay, come on, Moody. Okay, come on, let's see. Right now I'm not saying much because I'm just like, you know, okay. Dragon on SNES. Unfortunately not. I don't have an SNES emulator. I do have an NES emulator. Okay, fight the kobolds. I do have a Discord. I don't always, I just wanted to put that out there. I don't always, you know, I don't check it super frequently, but I'm just saying it's a way if you want to like send me messages, you can always, you know, whisper me. I'm just trying to do that just so I can, okay, we're gonna camp here. Okay, so we're gonna heal the first 3. Okay, Moody, really? Okay, I'm getting tired, which means I probably, if I'm making errors like this, probably means I'm getting tired, which probably means I need to be like, I need to be, you know. But let's see. But stick around for the level ups. Okay, so let's save it again. Okay, so everyone's good. So we're gonna. Unfortunately, not BattleTech. Darn. Boy, salty dog. Darn, maybe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm thinking, salty dog? Maybe I need to get out more often. Maybe I need to be like playing more games. Darn it, Hootie. Maybe you're living a sheltered life. And I hate to say it, that's me a little bit, because I tend to go with things I feel comfortable with. I've had people try to have me do, what's that? Fortnite. I've had people trying me to do like, darn, I forget the name of that game. It's a fun game, but okay. Wow, we gained everything. Nice. And we got some new spells. Let's just snap in case. Ooh, darn, we need a lot. Darn, okay. Okay, so we're getting, see, right now we're getting to the point where we need a lot of XP. Okay. So Beefcake only got 2 freaking hit points. 2 freaking hit points. Really? Really? Okay. Now we're actually getting to the levels. By the way, just this little thing. Once you get to level 13 in this game, your XP. The amount of XP you need for each level up is essentially linear. So in other words, it's like you know once you get to like level 13, it's like the samurai needs, each level is 350,000 versus at the point where it's like okay. Ooh. Okay, Toast got ooh. Okay, Toast is now level 15, I believe. Good job, Toast. 15, and you're up to 103. Good. That's almost the level I want to be at, because now Toast can actually withstand a tilt-a-weight. Actually, Jeff is not too bad. Only 179,000, so... Okay, so Jeff... Okay. So let's... okay, so let's just... we're not done yet. Okay, so I just want to... Okay. Beefcake, we need to get up your vitality, okay? You've got lots of clerical spells, but you don't got any level 6, okay? Let's check your vitality is going along well. Okay. so let's just make sure everything's in order. Okay, 103.91. Okay. Okay, so I've fulfilled what I wanted to do. I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna raid out Um, let's see. Hold on. Boy. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna raid out. There's a pinball player in the Colorado area, Pez Johnson. Pez is playing Matahari. It's a 1977 pinball game. So all I suggest, you don't have to, but stick around for the raid. You actually get channel points for that, and watch Pez Johnson a little bit. If you like the stream, then feel free to send him a follow. Thank you very much. I'm gonna see you hopefully on Friday. So thank you.